Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekenders YouTube channel. Today we're here at SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida, and today we are here to watch the Orca Encounter show. It's gonna be a ton of fun, so make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, like Lewis said, we're here in the good old SeaWorld of Orlando today. Super excited to be here. We're going to check out the Orca show, see what we can see, check out the big buddies, and see what they're going to get into.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, these whales are huge. They're the size of a bus, and they do all kinds of neat tricks and everything. Enrichment for the animals. They're jumping out of the water, they're splashing the audience. So, great show, and the kids love to get wet. So, yeah, you can do that.
I think Orca's had the best job here in all of Orlando. You know why? They get to swim in nice cold water and splash tourists all day. I'm here for it. I would do it. I would do it.
You do like to mess with some tourists, don't you?
Every once in a while, a little bit of fun. All right, guys, let's go. Oh, and Lewis's parents are also with us, so you guys probably will see them in the background of some of our videos for the next couple videos. Yes, let's go hang out. Let's go. Look at those guys hanging out. I'll be excited to be here and excited to watch the Orca Encounter. So as you guys know, we're big animal lovers, big proponent of conservation, and we're here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously the Orca Encounter is like the premier attraction here at SeaWorld. So it is pretty exciting. I mean, obviously we're aware that there's some controversies with this show, and we'll cover a little bit of that at the end. But for the most part, we're here to check out the show, and we'll give you our thoughts and recap of it at the end. Now, we're not going to show the entire thing because there's plenty of places where you can already go and see that.
Yeah.
This is more about what your experience may be like if you were to come here yourself.
Yeah, so with that being said, let's check out the show. All right, so we are here. We're about 20 minutes early prior to the show starting. It looks like we have a couple buddies hanging out with this already, so that's really exciting. And they were sunning themselves over here a second ago, and if I have that footage, I'll put it in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And when we asked the female killer whales to go through that door, you may have noticed that one of the whales just said, no. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay, right? I mean, these are killer whales. These are the largest predators on our planet Earth, and they are incredible animals. They're very smart, they're very social, but the bottom line is they are animals. They are not robots. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is when we ask them to do things, they have a choice. All right, not only because they're big, powerful animals, but also because that's the type of training that we use here at SeaWorld. Whales, in this case, to do something, to do a behavior, to operate on their environment, all right? And then if they choose to do that behavior, we're going to thank them by giving them something that is positively reinforcing. So that's operant conditioning through positive reinforcement. So if the whales choose to do a behavior that we ask them to do, we're going to give them something that they like as a way of saying, hey, thank you so much for choosing that. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. Here is a back rub, or here's some fish, or jello, or ice, or a toy. You know, there's many different ways that we can reinforce the whales by doing that behavior. But if the whale, right from the get-go, says, nah, I don't want to do that, then our response to that is to just do nothing, because we don't want to bring any attention to the choices that they make that is not what we want to see, right? So we're going to bring positive attention to the things we want to see more, and we're going to ignore the things we don't want to see more. So that's what's happened here just a few minutes ago. We asked the whales, our first question to them for this presentation was to come up through that doorway and back here so that we could get started. And our matriarch, Katina, was the one that decided to say no to that, all right? And like I said, that is okay. So what we're doing at this moment is we're giving them a little bit more time, right? We're gonna maybe attempt another opportunity for them to get that reinforcement. Now, I'll point out the two whales that are swimming out here in the front. Well, now a third one just came out. But those two that are together is our matriarch, Katina, and her daughter, Nalani. The third one, who just pulled out in front of them, is Malia. She's not related. She's a third female here. Now, these are very social animals. They interact with each other a lot. And sometimes what they want to do with each other is more important to them than what we would like them to do and what 6,500 people would like them to do, all right? But at least maybe Nalani will break off from Katina there and come back. If that happens, all right, so we just asked by tapping the water back there.
They're going.
Did they go through? Yay! Okay. Great. So so that's progress. Now I think we're gonna start the opening music for the first show and see if that show momentum gets them kind of in the right mindset to continue, and we'll see what happens. So enjoy. So I know that seems like a small thing, but like I said, this started last night. So this is actually a big win for us this morning, getting those girls to allow that door to shut on the right side there. So I have good news. We have 2 more whales on this side. All right. So now that we got the female whales to go up there, and that's a wonderful thing. They got reinforced for allowing us to close that door, so that's a great thing, and we're hoping to see some progress later. So now what we're gonna do, because that technique worked a little bit, is we're gonna restart again from the top of that song and see if our 2 male killer whales are gonna give you guys an actual Orca Encounter presentation. How's that sound?
Yay!
Okay. Wonderful. All right, so let me see if they are ready to go. Are we ready to go, Megan? Please hold. And let me point out this as well. In the killer whale world, the females are dominant. But that means that the female whales are the reason all this is happening, okay? So, yeah. So, I think we're good to go.
Accurate.
Guys, enjoy.
Alright, here we go, guys. Third time's a charm.
These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations of our guests to care about our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with you today.
Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer.
Today, we'll see the whales moving together, in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team makes them the ocean's top predator. Sides of the tail flukes. Our youngest whale, Makayo, is here to demonstrate this exact position here in the slide-out area. Now our trainer, Nick, is back there by the tail. Excellent, very good. Our veterinarians will collect the blood sample at least once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the procedure. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. And we're able to weigh the whales. So in a scenario where we want to get a better weight of our killer whales, we would simply ask them to raise that tail up and out of the water. We're going to play a killer whale size game of follow the leader. And you guys are the leaders. So on the count of 3, all I need you to do is put both hands up in the air and wave them at Drew. I didn't count to 3 yet. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Where's my fish? Can we wave?
It's that surface. I want you guys to get a great big chair. Excellent. Let's hear it for our 2 male killer whales, Troy and Makayo.
Sit there and take it.
I think your tip is don't sit by the boxes.
Yeah, right. Have a cover for the camera so the camera doesn't get wet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hey, bye boys!
modified version of Orca Encounter.
All right, guys, just like that, that was an Orca Encounter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really interesting too. You can see like in this time that like things obviously didn't go as planned.
Right.
They kept repeating these are not robots. They can't force them to do anything. But really, the whales do exactly whatever they want to do. So as we mentioned, there is some controversy here with the programs here at SeaWorld, and obviously that's a thing. But I think given the current situation, given the current circumstances, I do think that they try to do their best to make do with what they have as far as make sure that the whales are treated as humanely as possible. Obviously, at this point, they can't be released to the wild.
Right, yeah.
So they're going to be here regardless, and I think that they are doing their best to kind of make sure that the whales are in control of the shows and in control of what they want to do.
Right. And I kind of appreciate it because like no one was forcing them to do anything. They asked the question, they said yes or no. There you go.
Right, and also, obviously, in wake of that controversy too, they have stopped their breeding program.
Yeah.
So they're currently not breeding any killer whales here in captivity in SeaWorld, and eventually there will be a day, like it or not, that these shows are not. Yeah, these are not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a time when future generations won't have the opportunity to see these whales up close.
Yeah.
Or depending on how you look at it, maybe there'll be an opportunity for the whales to be all free and wild. So really, it's up to you. We try to take a neutral stance to it one way or the other.
Yeah. So all that being said, I highly recommend checking out the show. It's cool seeing these guys do what they want to do when they want to do it and how they want to do it. So recommend the show. And here is this guy with pro tips.
All right, guys. So here are your pro tips for visiting Orca Encounter here at SeaWorld. I'd say number one is definitely make sure that you get to the show early. You want to be there at least 30 minutes early so you get a decent seat. They do fill in, and if you show up last minute, you may not even be able to get into the stadium. Pro tip number two is if you do want to get wet, definitely recommend that you get into the splash zone, which is the first lower section set of seats. And if you're really looking to get wet, sit near one of those boxes. Obviously, if you're not looking to get wet, do the exact opposite. Sit far away from those blue boxes because that's where they're going to direct the whales over to splash the entire crowd. And pro tip number three is do understand that each show may be different because they have different sets of whales, and obviously the whales are doing whatever they want to do, and no one's forcing them to do anything. So the shows are going to vary, and your experience watching the show will also vary. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really helps us out. With that being said, we're out of here, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye. As we all know, I love a SeaWorld moment. Is my mic on? Oh, my good one. All right, awesome. So we're really excited. We're like a half step more. Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
This shoulder?
Yeah. YouTube.
Who do you make, or what is it?
Yeah, our channel is Professional Weekenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take trips everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. And what do you got? Do you have pro tips?
All right, yeah. So
Okay,
here,
okay.
you got a third one.
I understand each show might be different because of the whales.
Yeah.